Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TED Talk. Okay, now we're gonna start off by something a little different. I've noticed that I cannot pronounce the word uh recidivism. Recidivism. Okay, I got it right. I've been practicing. Took me a while, but hey, we're here. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. Now I'm gonna pronounce it in Norwegian. So recidivism, tilbakefall, right? And I'm gonna start using that word. As I go through my TED talk. So you guys are wondering what is tilbakefall? It's recidivism in Norwegian. All right. Okay. Ready for my tech talk? Make you guys laugh a little bit, a little giggle. All right. So imagine you made a terrible mistake, one that landed you in prison. You serve your time, you get released, and you're ready to start over. Society won't let you. No job will hire you. No landlord will rent to you. And the only people who will take you in, the same ones who led you down the wrong path in the first place. And that cycle just continues, right? This is the reality of our correction system. And we claim it's about rehabilitation, but in practice, it's more about punishment, isolation, and tilbakefar. But what if I were to tell you today that that could change? I want to share three ideas that could radically improve the way we approach corrections in America. And we're going to do that by implementing the Norwegian model of rehabilitation. We're also going to be doing that by changing laws on victimless crimes to end mass incarceration. And finally, we're going to talk about education and vocational training inside the prisons. So start off with the first one. All right. Implementing Norwegian model of rehabilitation. Let's start with an idea that seems radical but has already been proven. The Norwegian model. Norway has some of the lowest tilbakefall rates in the world, hovering over 20%, while the US is pushing 70%. That's crazy. Honestly, that's like looking at my debt to income ratio. uh why? Because the system treats inmates as future citizens, not lifelong criminals. Their prisons look nothing like ours. Instead of overcrowded cells and violent environments, they focus on education, vocational training, and therapy. Guards aren't just enforcers, they're mentors. And what's the goal of this? It's to prepare inmates for re-entry from day one, not just the last few months before the release. I like the military. Um, and before anyone says, that's too soft on crime, come on, let's be real here. What's soft is spending billions of dollars on a system that doesn't work. If you want a real public safety, we need to stop warehousing people and start rehabilitating them. And that's moving on to my next step, changing laws on victimless crime to end mass incarceration. Now, I've said it before, said it once, said it twice. All right, people are trying to change within the correctional system. What about changing outside? Right? You don't build a house starting inside, right? You don't pick a land and like, oh, this is a good spot. This perimeter right here is where I'm gonna build my house and start building from the outside, from the inside out. No. Do it from the outside in. And it all starts with laws and policy. We really want to fix mass incarceration. We need to start with the source, the laws that put people behind bars in the first place. Right now, in the US, nearly 500,000 people are locked up for drug offenses. Thousands more incarcerated for prostitution and other victimless crimes. Let's be honest here. All right, we're adults. We listen, we don't judge, right? These laws aren't applied equally. Black and Latino individuals are disproportionately arrested, charged, and sentenced more harshly for crimes than white Americans. And they often get a slap on the wrist for it, or no punishment at all. These are just the facts. If we want true justice, we need to end the war on drugs. What war on drugs, right? It's false. No such thing. It's been proven. Shift drugs used from criminal issues into a public health issue. Portugal did this and saw drug-related deaths and incarcerations drop dramatically. Dramatically. Uh, Decriminalize sex work. It's happening in places like New Zealand, where decriminalization has led to better health outcomes and less violence against sex workers. Now, I've seen this personally in Germany, right? You know, I was there, living there for a few years. And I'm not gonna lie, I did partake in seeing what the red light district is about. And the way they do things, like it's like a regular job. They get a W-2 at the end of the year, or their form of W-2s. There's always someone watching them, protecting them. Uh, they have a pretty good stable home, stay at. It's clean. They have to follow some sort of a regulation of health and code. They have to get tested regularly, and if they come up positive on something, hey, you're out. That's what you go. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm not shameful. I'm helping somebody. You know, providing someone's next meal. And honestly, eliminate cash bail for low level offenses. Because sitting in a jail for weeks just because you're too poor to pay for bail is a definition of injustice. Mass incarceration isn't a crime problem, it's a policy problem. If we want real reform, we need to stop criminalizing poverty, addiction, and survival. Not a lot of people can go to college. Not a lot of people could get into trade. Not a lot of people could you know, be able to like get into these things. Not everyone could be a scientist, or not everyone could be Elon Musk, right? Building rockets and Tesla cars. Some of us, our path is made to sell drugs or sell our bodies, and that's like the best that some of us could do. And let's be honest here, like that is the best someone else could do, right? Let that person, what are they doing? They're providing for themselves, they're providing for their family. Plus, through that, we could honestly eliminate pimps, right? Because I mean, yeah, they protect their workers, but in a not ethical way. And if we make this legalized, just prostitution, for an example, it could be a more ethical, safer place for women working in sex work. I mean, we do a porn anyways, right? Shifting over to our final point, education and vocational training inside prisons. Now let's talk about something that's criminally underused in our prison systems. That's education. Studies show that inmates who receive higher education while incarcerated are 43% less likely to reoffend. Yet most prisoners have little to no access to meaningful education. Instead of preparing them for success, we release them with no skills, no connections, and expect them to somehow stay out of trouble. That's wild to me, right? Because we have prisoners that are working, making license plates at what, 27 cents an hour, 35 cents an hour? That's chump change for them. I mean, they could be using those skills outside and be making more. But we're using them as slaves. We're not teaching them anything. And here's a fix to all this, right? Expand college and prison programs like the Barred Prison Initiative, which has helped former inmates go on to earn degrees and even masters. Um, as well as the Paul Inside Out program. And we've seen it before in one of the last class we had of the presentation of the guests that we had. One of the prisoners is earning his law degree. One of them got a master's because the community built there, because they were able to attend these programs. And if that's not witness to what this could do and how people could change coming outside of prison, I don't know what is. I don't know what else this world needs. We should also invest in vocational training like plumbing, welding, coding, cybersecurity. You know how many jobs there are in cybersecurity right now that need people? Over 700,000 positions open. How do I know? So I'm one of those people trying to get into those positions. But we could teach them in prisons. We could something useful, right? Like we need plumbers. We need people to weld. Why not give these people an opportunity to do that? So that's when someone leaves prison, they have the skills that the employers need, what the job market needs. We should also restore the Pell Grant access permanently so incarcerated individuals can afford education and break the cycle of poverty that often leads to crime in the first place. The goal should be simple. When someone gets out, they should be more prepared for society than when they went in. Now, you can sit here and say, hey, Misa out. They deserve to be in jail. I mean, they got caught. Maybe they shouldn't have done what they did. How many of us made the mistakes of doing something illegal? We all had. We're human. We just didn't get caught. Now, if you're sitting right there watching this video and you're going to tell me that you have not done anything illegal, you're lying. I know I have. Numerous amount of times. I know you have too. So where do we go from here? Do we keep pretending that locking people away without fixing the root issues will somehow make society safer? Or do we try something different? Something that actually works. You know, Albert Einstein once said, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, you're insane. That's not for verbatim, okay? Don't quote me on that. Well, he did say something like that, but it's just paraphrasing him through plagiarism. That's why I didn't do it all the way. The Norwegian model, decriminalization victimless crimes. Oh, the Norwegian model, decriminalizing victimless crimes and education programs aren't just ideas. They are solutions. They are already working in places that dare to try them. And if we care about safer communities, lower crime, and a justice system that actually delivers justice, it's time we rethink what corrections really means. Because at the end of the day, the goal of our justice system shouldn't be to punish. It should be to correct. That's my new slogan. I call dibs on that right there. All right, patenting it right now as we speak. But no, for real, honestly. And I'm gonna say that one more time. Because at the end of the day, the goal of our justice system shouldn't be to punish. It should be to correct. Ladies and gentlemen, this was my TED Talk. All right, you can find me on Instagram at its.salch 96. Same thing for my Snapchat. I have a bunch more ideas. If you guys want to listen to them. But wow, what an honor. Thank you very much. And hope everyone has a wonderful day. Goodbye.